I wanted to give you guys a chance to walk through our new operations center. Now, what you'll see in just a moment will not necessarily literally be what the finished product will look like, but it'll give you an idea of what we're trying to accomplish here. And this building is located on the campus of New Life Fellowship Church in Texas City at 2700 Texas Avenue in Texas City. As you enter the main doors, the walkthrough will take us directly to the right, which will lead us into what at one time was the church nursery. And we have converted this into a family suite or a family apartment, and should sleep at least six, possibly with a couch that would make into a bed, maybe another couple of folks. But it'll have its own kitchen. It has its own bathroom, a master suite as well. It'll also have its own exit and entrance to the building. So the idea here is sometimes as we work in homes, the families have to live elsewhere while we're working in their home. And we wanted to provide them with a safe and secure place to live while we're working on their home. And so this family suite will take care of that need. We're anxious to be able to provide this because at this point we have a FEMA trailer that we provide to folks to use, and it's seen better days. It's well used. So as we leave the family suite, go back down to the main hallway. We'll show you a couple of things. First off, to the right, you'll see what we're calling a flex room or a conference room. It will have a conference table and chairs in it, also some smaller desks where, in the case of a disaster, if we've got other folks who need to office with us, like the Red Cross or FEMA, we'd have space for them to do so in this flex room. It'll also serve as a boardroom for us when we have need. Now, to the right, there's we don't show these to you, but there'll be ADA compliant restrooms here on the first floor that will be on the right. And we'll step into the warehouse here in just a second. And of course, this warehouse, as it represents our warehouse space, will be a whole lot cleaner than our present warehouse, but it looks good on the computer. But in that far right is actually a roll-up door that's 9 feet tall, about 10 feet wide, and allows us to move in and out of that warehouse with supplies. There'll be an added door, as you see in the distance there, that'll lead out to the side of the gym. That presently doesn't exist, but it will. As we exit the warehouse, which we're currently using, and we're grateful for it, as you turn to the right, you'll be heading into the kitchen. Now, this initially, in this building, it was built in 1975. This was really about the size of a residential kitchen. We've enlarged the space. You don't see anything in here yet, but it'll become a commercial kitchen through which we believe we can supply about 2,000 meals a day. This flex room will be both a cafeteria and a training room. It'll have some multimedia resources in it, and this also will be some of the dining space. We believe we can seat about 50 folks at tables in the cafeteria and provide meals. Looking back toward the front door, there's two offices. They exist right now, and we'll make use of them for our needs. This will probably house Sherry McCormick and Ted Tompkins as they kind of run the operations from day to day. And then the other office to the right, I'll occupy. So there won't be much going on in there at all. But we are excited for this space. It'll be well used and a service to our county in the decades to come. We want to show you what I think is probably one of the most outstanding features of this building, and that's the upstairs area. Originally, there were 4 large classrooms up here, and the church used them well for a number of years, but we're repurposing this space in order to house volunteers who come to serve with us. Since Hurricane Harvey in 2017, we have had over 10,000 volunteers come and serve with us, many of them from outside the area. So there's always a need for lodging when they come down to help us, and there's not too many affordable places for them to stay. This being kind of a tourist area, the hotels and beach houses and that sort of thing are pretty expensive. So this will be dormitory space. This side we've sort of designated for the guys. It'll have a few more beds in it than the other, but across the hallway would be the ladies' dormitory space. Again, similar in size, but a few less bunk beds in this area potentially. Also upstairs, we wanted to build restrooms with showers, toilets, all the amenities, and plenty of them. We've sort of called these our Bucky's bathrooms because we intend for them to be bigger and better than they have to be. And from this side, from the ladies' dorm, you can enter into the ladies' restroom directly from that or from the hallway. But you'll see that spacious. There'll be plenty of opportunity for space. There will be an ADA restroom in this space as well. And then 8 showers on both sides. So 8 showers here for the ladies, 8 showers for the guys across the way. And one of our commitments is that when groups come to serve, we want to make sure they're comfortable and their needs are taken care of. If you've ever been on a mission trip where there's 50 of you there to serve and there's one shower, you know how painful that can be. So we wanted to supply more than enough shower space, restroom space for these groups that come to help us. We believe that we should be able to sleep somewhere between 75 to 80 folks once these dorms are built out, and then if you were to add the apartment to it, that would push our capabilities up to about 90 folks. Now, one of the things that we plan to do is to be registered with the city, and we're going to cross the hallway into the men's restroom, but we want to be registered with the city to be a shelter in the event of another disaster. And so, again, we could probably sleep somewhere in that neighborhood of 75 to 80 folks in the aftermath of a disaster in this area. And then with that commercial kitchen downstairs, be able to feed folks about 2,000 meals a day, we believe. And so, again, as you walk through these restrooms, you'll notice that they'll be spacious and more than adequate for the teams that come to help us. One of the things that we've realized over the years is that as teams have come from as far away as the Northeast, upper state New York, California even, when they come to serve us and they work for us all day long in some of these homes, they are. We just want to make sure that they're very comfortable at night, so that the sleeping arrangements are more than adequate, and the restrooms as well. We will have a small group bunk room that would be if a team of maybe less than 10 were to come. They were all guys or all girls. They could stay in this small bunk room. Wouldn't have to open up the other larger bunk rooms, but also some storage space at the end of that room. But this will be for a small group. That's of only one gender. They could occupy this space pretty comfortably. And one of the things that we're adding to this space, since we have turned what were classrooms into living space, sleeping space, is we're adding up here on this second floor, that doorway straight in front of you will be a second floor fire escape that leads down to a field next to the building. This space to the left is a laundry room area, so there'll be washers and dryers up here. As folks come and stay for several days, they'll be able to keep their clothes clean. There'll be a little kitchenette area there if it's needed. And so we feel like this space upstairs is going to be more than adequate to help make our volunteers that come to serve with us comfortable. And then as you head back downstairs to the first floor, it'll bring us right back near the kitchen again. So one of our commitments to our folks as they come to serve with us is we want to make sure that they're in a safe environment and a clean environment, and one that's conducive to groups. And so beyond this facility, the church has also made their sanctuary and education space available to us if groups have needs and they want to have a worship time or a Bible study time as a part of their time with us. So that pretty well concludes the tour of the building. We're excited for what God's doing. This operations center will serve our county for decades to come, and we feel like it's an opportunity that was too good to pass up. We also feel like there's nothing else like this on the Gulf Coast that we can discover, and so we want to encourage you to help us make this a reality. We are fundraising to finish the construction, and we need about $300,000 to finish up this building and make it operational. So we'd encourage you to pray about your involvement in that and come see us and do a real walkthrough when you get an opportunity. Thank you.